bet.
Yeah.
Lovely, thank you.
All right, going down again.
I can only go down a comfortable 5 meters.
Chris, please feel free to
You
ignore
can be
me if
under
now is not a good time.
50
But
meters.
if you could give
Yeah,
me
you
a
don't
run
want to be
through
farther away
on
than
the
50 meters
altitude you're planning on flying and things.
right now.
I was going to say, feel free to ignore me if you're busy right this moment in time, but do you have an estimated altitude that you're going to run these lines at? $10 meters. Yeah. Okay, 10 meters. And what kind of overlap? I suppose you'll just work out your 100% overlap.
I think you might be going too fast.
And that will give you what
bet.
swath width approximately? I think at 10.
Yeah, it's a good height there.
Yeah, but you're stretched out.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's quite... Yeah, great. Okay, awesome. Yeah, get the high level. And you wanted to keep an eye on areas, a feature target for a patch test at some point, so...
Yes. Maybe I should be on SPL for this. Yeah, I want you guys on data to just keep an eye on the screens.
Yep.
And if you see a good, like, big isolated rock,
Yep.
fine. And I'll keep an eye on the data.
Of course.
And see if I find the same.
Okay.
And if we find something, we'll have Ben mark it. And
we can use that as your patch test.
Yeah.
And does it need to be more central to the actual survey area, or can it be more...
It makes no difference.
I was going to say, because I think probably towards this northwest corner is probably where we're going to have more of the sediment and maybe a more defined feature. So we'll keep our eyes out.
It makes no difference.
Okay.
It's just more important that you find a feature that stands out from the terrain. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Understood. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sure. Let her settle out, yeah. Once we figure out how much we stretch, we can use that as a understanding of how far to bring the ship. We're also going to be able to stretch out less far this way because Argus will be upslope. We can probably stretch out more on the south and the east sides. South and east corners of the box. If you call them in a little too late, it'll do this backwards forwards thing because of the way the PID works. So if you get it like when they're 3/4 of the way through, it'll keep going. Otherwise, it's already started the slowdown procedure and has to come to a stop before it goes again. Yeah.
Are we moving still?
Well, yeah, we are. We're going to let this settle out a little bit, and I may bring us just like due west on a last small step.
Due west. Due west?
I think we may end up about here. And so I may
sorry, where?
I think Argus may end up about here.
I understand, yep.
And I want to bring it, like, it may even be like...
It might not be so bad, because our first line is going to be 1 to 4, correct?
Yes.
So we could have Argus kind of this way a bit.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're not, like, continuously having to bring Argus so far south, because it's already... That's already something we're adjusting for. And and you know, the main feature is the middle of this, so I want to make sure that we have overlap, like in the dead center of this bounding box. Does that make sense?
Yep. Sounds great.
Beautiful.
Glorious.
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 All right. Yeah, the ship move's done, so.
Okay.
So for those of you following on Nautilus Live, we've left the principal site of the hydrothermal vents and have now arrived at a predefined coordinate where we're going to start mapping over a given box of terrain that's going to give us essentially a high-resolution bathymetric map of a new area of the hydrothermal vents. I don't know if it's a number you can reel off, Lee, but when we do our normal subsea mapping with the multibeam sonar on the Nautilus, what kind of spatial resolution do we get on the seafloor?
That'll actually be a question for Chris when he's ready to answer, but I know, or I believe this is the first time we've actually used the Norbit multi-beam sonar on the ROV.
Well, the Norbit gives us, I guess, 5 centimeters.
It depends on the altitude that you fly
it
at.
depends a lot. It depends a lot on the altitude, and so the Norbit itself, if we do low altitude surveys, can give us a few centimeter resolution. The problem is our navigation is not always that good.
I hear you. I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
So we have to be able to sort of pick a balance between resolution, the time that it takes to survey, and our navigation uncertainty. So what we're going to be shooting for this time is about 10 to 20 centimeters. So we're going to be going a little higher so we can get things done a little faster, right? Because the higher we are, the more area we cover.
Of course.
I don't think away from one would be a good idea.
And how much of an improvement is that over what we've got right now?
Fine, yeah.
What we have right now is a 1 meter grid, so it's about 10 times better.
Cool, thank you.
And these multi-beam sonars are really cool, aren't they, in the sense that we can actually adjust our beam angles. So we have 512 beams, is that correct?
512 beams, yeah.
Yeah, so, we'll have to we can change our swath angles, so we can narrow those beams out. So even if we go higher, we can actually reduce the beam width and still get higher.
I think we should try to get closer.
Yeah, there's loads of different parameters that can affect the resolution.
315 movement or something.
That was cool. Thank you, guys.
Sure, totally, yeah. I'd rather overswing and then just swing back versus sitting and waiting and having it not be enough, and then doing it again and sitting and waiting. Yeah, I'm still 30 meters. I won't have 30 meters of tether. Sure, 10. Sure.
K2, this is Chris German at the ISC.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was just thinking, a quick reality check. We've had some like offsets with our USBL from dive to dive this week.
Yeah.
So, just for reality, where we just came from should be in the middle of the southeast bounding box of the survey you're going to do.
Should be in the middle of the bounding box. Yeah, where yes, that's correct. Yeah. So the site we were just sampling or whatever should be in the middle of our bounding box, correct?
You're doing great.
That should be about towards the most upslope limit.
Where we
and between those two corners. So if that isn't where but the coordinates we gave you for the corners are based on USBL from a previous day. So I'm just worried they could be 20 meters out.
Okay, because where we were, I think, was about in the middle of the box that we have set up right now.
Okay, so long as it was like along the center line of the box you're planning, then we're in good shape.
Okay, I think that's correct. Ben's nodding at me, so I think.
Do you have an idea of what? Was it waypoint 1 that was, or actually Data, did we drop a target on the last site?
Reset DVL there.
I can't tell that from back here.
Yeah. Because our trail age is not sufficient right now.
Yeah, but the last site looked, I mean, for the quick glance that I did anyhow, it looked like it was dead center of the bounding box.
If you can tell from your screen, the sample should be 077.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be by waypoint 2 is where we were doing the sampling.
Ben is double checking for us.
I guess my point, K2, is that we want as much stuff on the northeast side of the ridge as on the southwest side of the ridge when we finish making the map.
Northeast side of the ridge is on the southeast side.
Southwest side.
Southwest side. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah. that seems to be how things are shaping up.
Great. I just wanted to make sure I didn't like tie you to fixed points and end up putting the ridge right over on the right-hand side or the left-hand side of the finished data product.
No. So yeah, you just want, right, so you want north of the, you want an equal amount of coverage upslope of the ridge as downslope of the ridge, is what you're saying. Or, well, I guess the ridge kind of runs.
Is the
yeah, if you imagine there's a spine with all the chimneys on it, and it goes from northwest to southeast.
Right.
And we want equal coverage off to either side of that line of chimneys.
Okay, great. Yes, that is how we have it set up. Yes.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you.
Well, according to the bounding box, I think Argus is relatively well positioned.
Okay.
Can you see high pack, Chris?
What PC is that?
Don't have
is
anything
PC
that
1,
can we?
2, 3, 4?
What would you like?
5, okay.
Do you want me to move this one? Hang on.
Yeah, can you point that?
Yeah, okay.
Here, I'm going to get the screen on high pack going.
That's the one from the chart table, Trevor.
Yeah, roger. Whoops.
All right.
Tornado.
Nav, are you about ready to go?
I'm ready. I may wait to do a ship move after his first transect.
Yeah, that looks maybe okay.
Yeah, do you want to do one more reset to make sure we're happy? I've been in about the same spot. I'm not sure if you have.
That would be great.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll hold position here for, I don't know, 2 minutes or something. Get some pings. And you can, I don't know if you want to clear your trails or not. That's up to you. Whatever's easiest. So I'm just holding steady for a couple minutes.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Okay.
So for those of you following on Nautilus Live, we have moved away from the flowing vent sites that we were at this morning, and we're just setting up Hercules to start a mapping run with the Norbit multi-beam sonar system that's mounted on Hercules.
We'll do it right here.
This is going to give us a high-resolution bathymetric map of the seafloor. This is going to help us give a pretty precise location of the areas we're studying down here.
Yeah, I'm going to do it right here.
Looks good. Let's let it sit a little longer too.
The chatter you can hear at the moment is basically the front row team are just resetting some of the navigational references that we're using. That's going to help make sure that whatever map that we create
can you got it perfect.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm out of Auto XY. Go ahead.
Can be well anchored to Hercules' acoustic fix on the seafloor.
So how's that match our target there? I'm a little off.
You're a little off, so you should come
to starboard. 060.
Yeah, 060, about 15 meters.
Upslope.
Okay. Yeah.
A little less than 15.
Less. Ooh, it's spin around.
Yeah, so I assume that if we have any visual cues on the southern part of these transects, that will be better to adjust us how far south we want to move versus just trusting the bounding box. If that makes sense.
Sounds fine to me. What was the strike of this box line? It was 140.
Yeah, it's like 140.
Okay.
And by I mean it is.
Right. So I'm going to face upslope for this, which means another factor of not getting quite as far away from Argus on the northwest side.
Okay.
Because I have the tether kind of wrapped around my back end here.
Yeah.
So, and I should start coming up, I guess. Is that true? Come up to 10 meters altitude?
Chris?
Oh,
10
yes,
meters?
Correct.
Okay, I'll start doing that at the same time. And 140 heading, I'll lock that in. coming up.
How many meters?
Another 3 meters or so. At this extent, it might be a pretty close delta, maybe around 10 to 15.
Okay.
Yeah. And then as I'll come close to you, and you remember
Crease.
the drill from last time.
Yeah.
How's that look for as far as the starting spot there, Ben? Close enough?
It looks close enough, yeah.
Okay, great.
We're starting here?
I think we're ready to start. I gotta be on auto XY, that's gonna help me. And our max velocity is how many meters per second, Chris?
We'll determine that as we go. Probably half a meter a second.
All right. And
Oh, that's spicy. Okay.
Yeah, we can go pretty quick.
That's a knot. I don't know if the ship will be able to get that fast.
Well, the ship shouldn't be following us, right? The ship should be
centered.
Following our lateral movement, not our forward and aft movement.
Wait, what's my forward and aft movement?
This. You're going to go...
Oh, that's not 140 at all.
Oh, I thought you were asking your overall trajectory.
Understood.
Wait,
so this one...
So my Herc's heading should be like 240.
Yeah, no, the Herc is pointed the exact right way right now.
Okay, so I'm going to be doing my lines forward and aft this way?
Yes. And then we're going to be doing lateral steps, and the ship will be following the lateral steps.
The ship will definitely have to go forward. I will not be able to reach the east corner without a ship move.
Yeah, we're going to have to do half of it, and then step up slope, and then do another half.
Oh, okay. So can you see my screen here?
Yeah.
Am I going to be going like this, and then do another one like this?
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, okay.
So wait, you're doing this?
But more. But yes.
Yes. Okay.
As much as you guys are going to do as much as you can do. So.
Oh,
yeah.
I understand. And the ship is only stepping laterally.
Yeah.
This way.
Okay.
But you're mowing like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But probably to here.
All the way. Okay. So
I might be able to get it in 2.
Yeah.
And so, okay, that makes sense. Now, as the ship, let me think this through. As we get closer to the ship, before the ship starts going southwest, sorry, I'm trying to think this through in my head here.
Because if you come all the way back here, I can't do a ship move without bringing this part, without truncating your ability to go back northwest.
Right. So, yeah, exactly. So we'll do a ship move once I'm already back here.
Exactly.
So I can catch up. I can go underneath Argus. That's no problem.
Yeah. So Cassidy can just change her heading.
Her heading, yeah,
to watch.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to stay fixed and then move once you're back at the northwest most part of your...
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So, and are we doing... Yeah, okay. Chunks.
Just go as far as we can kind of thing. I'll do it in 10-meter steps for now, and then we'll see how far that gets us. I'm guessing 50, but I don't know that.
Your
my length there,
way.
yeah.
Okay.
Might be able to get a little more than 50, but we'll see what happens. I think I'm good to go. I'm lined up 140 heading. I'm at altitude of 9.98 locked in. And I got it set to half a meter per second. It's going to be fast, but we'll see what we can go. So I'm okay to go?
Let me just make sure my logging, I just restarted the logging stuff so we can get a nice clean survey. Let me make sure that's going real quick.
Standing by.
Yeah, it looks like we're good to go.
Okay, I'll start with 40 meters forward and see what that gets me.
Yep.
And it's okay if I stop kind of mid-line and then just sit there for a second and then keep moving? That's not going to mess up your data?
If you stop mid-line, yeah.
So if I only get 40 meters, then I can sneak out another 10,
that's okay.
5. Okay, great.
That's all right.
40 meters, here we go. So I'll be coming up the slope, so you'll be winching like crazy.
You seem to be going more 125 than 140. Is that correct?
Yeah,
okay.
getting pulled a little bit.
Okay.
It'll correct. But
I'm pulling you?
yeah.
Oh,
You keep the delta lower.
okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we don't go too far to the north. Like
Yeah, my goal is 140, but
I
I'm
see.
getting the
Gotcha.
back end is pulled because we're quite far south still.
We're also bombing.
Yeah.
What is that?
Woo! I don't know. It's a coral. I don't know if I'll be able to make it there.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna start getting cold.
Yeah, you can turn around and face the other way. So if you come around and face 270 kind of thing.
Yeah.
This line is kind of
the least important.
It's the least important. Yeah, we're kind of out of the box anyway, so
We're well out of the box.
Yeah.
Actually, why don't we change our heading to about closer to 90? Because that'll put us a little more perpendicular to the slope, and we'll just kind of adjust our...
Can we do that right now?
Yeah, this is a good experimental pass, so...
Okay. Going to 90. Now Herc is confused.
I'm confused.
Yeah,
Are you gonna be
that's
coming
all.
back?
That's
Should
all
I
I
turn
can.
around again?
That's as far as I can get.
Should I turn around again?
You
You won't be able to.
We can just go ahead and...
Do a lateral?
yeah, well, just back up to the end of this line. That'll put us... Yeah,
Back up to the end of the line.
back up to the end of our tether.
Back up to the end of our tether? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Herc's still trying to figure it out. He's going that way now. Okay. Back up to the end of the tether. Roger.
Up and not south?
Back up. When?
Back up's kind of heading this way.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. Okay.
I'm trying to keep kind of perpendicular to the contours
Okay, you
there,
can start
right?
coming up again.
Okay.
Just we'll get better.
But our lateral to the next transect will be along the contour.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's going to be a
So we're
weird
still
step
going back.
down and over sort of thing.
No, that's
right?
good.
All right.
Hope
Are
you
you gonna
follow
be
that.
coming below me?
Yes.
Yeah. You're doing another transect back, but
Okay.
then the mowing, that's the mowing, you know, like part. But then the lateral to the next strip will be along that contour.
Okay.
So the meat of the data is going to be upslope, downslope.
Data meat is
I
up.
think I've
data.
completely lost you.
Data meat.
Copy data meet up slow down slow.
Oh, there you are.
There I are. Great.
So why are you not on my camera yet?
Because you're looking the other way.
Isn't it? It's just not 180 down.
It is, but the number 6 has a really wide view.
Oh, okay.
A lot wider than you can get with the Zeus.
Okay.
Do you have a lot of slack tether right now?
Currently, I have I've it's pretty tight actually. It's 30 meters delta.
Oh gosh, sorry.
Why don't we come up to maybe 15 meters too?
Right now?
Yeah.
Right this very second?
Right this very second.
Okay, I'm gonna come up 5 meters.
Okay.
That's based off your RViz.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like
You could get a little more coverage.
we could get a little more coverage, yeah.
So should I turn around again?
No, I think you should be okay like that. I don't really know. I don't really know what's going on.
I think we're just coming back.
So we're just doing some crazy looking lines so we match the shape of the, match the strike of the slope.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Again, this is the least interesting part for them.
I'm not interested in it.
Yeah.
Okay, am I backing up a little more? Get that covered?
Yeah, grab
the
as much as you
max.
can. Yeah.
Roger.
We'll get a nominal distance.
Here, let me put...
Yeah, why don't you do a, Casty, why don't you do a 180 degree turn to starboard?
Yeah,
Get a little more action out of that.
Okay.
And because the tether's coming over the top of Herc, we'll keep a absolute minimum delta of like 12.
Okay.
There we go.
Max of what?
Sorry, minimum delta.
Max delta of what though?
Oh, of low.
Turning around.
So if we're at the most northwest of the tether for Hercules, I think I should put in a ship move, and I might.
I guess still another 10 meters to go this
Yep.
way.
So after that, I think I may do it more 150 than 140.
Sure.
Does that sound good to you?
That sounds good to me, yep.
Okay. And I'll do 10 meters at a time here.
Sure. Sounds grand.
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 Bringing
Deluxe.
Argus down a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you could probably get away with a
Don't see
pretty
you.
significant move.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, you can make your delta probably like
20,
15.
15.
I'm going to be pretty far out behind you.
Okay.
All right, we can probably, I think we're far enough. Why don't we step over?
Far enough, Roger.
Let's step over,
You can hold it there.
step over 20 meters. Let's go crazy.
Okay, go crazy.
So stepping over, you were saying 150? Is that what you
I'm
want?
going to do 150. I
Sounds
want
good.
us to go more south.
Roger that.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of that.
Bridge nav, can I have a ship move bearing 150? And we'll do that 20 meters. Yep, great, thank you.
So Chris, I'll step to starboard 20 meters.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Following this?
Yeah, so you're stepping to starboard, so should I head down?
Yeah, perfect.
You might be okay. We'll see what happens with my... I'll see how this gets tugged.
Put in 120, 150
It's hard, so
meters.
Herc's here with the tether coming out and over to Argus, who's facing the same way.
Yes.
Yeah,
If I
too
slide,
many.
if you come too low, then that tether get all
Too
caught up
much
in my
meat.
light bar, for example. So I'm going this way, and you'll be coming that way eventually too when the ship starts moving.
Okay, okay.
So as
So
long
I
as I'm
shouldn't
not
have to
getting,
move.
shouldn't have to move much right now for this ship move. No, not
Okay.
until I start coming at you again.
Yeah.
So for those of you following on Nautilus Live, if you have the quad view in front of you, you can see in the bottom left panel, quad 3, there you can actually see the sonar bathymetry map being compiled in real time as Hercules flies over the seafloor. Sometimes, given the height we're flying above the seafloor, you won't actually be able to see it in the Hercules main camera on satellite feed 1, that's top left of the quad view. But this shows the wonder of this kind of high-resolution sonar mapping, that we're building up this this map in real time as we fly over the terrain. We're going to be doing this for the next little while before moving on with the next part of our dive. So hopefully you'll see a nice complete map grow as you watch us survey the seafloor here. In terms of where we are in the world, we're still exploring the same sites we've been at the previous 4 dives at the Seacliff hydrothermal vent fields. We've moved a little bit off the main slope today and are surveying a little bit down in the valley. So far today we've already sampled some vent fluids and picked up a couple of the microcolonizer experiments. I believe we have a long day of operations ahead of us, hopefully diving until about 4 AM this morning.
And Chris, if you could just give us a heads up when you see this ridge on your visualization on the southern parts of these.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Okay.
As you can see from the quad view channel 3, our current depth is of Hercules is just about 2,760 meters below sea level.
Hey Chris, am I gonna back up at all, or can I just
No, you
start
can.
going?
I think you can just go straight up.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward. That's gonna take me upslope and pass beside / under Argus.
Okay, so I'll bring Argus up.
Yeah.
And I've slowed it down to 0.4 meters per second, just to handle when I was backing up with the tether.
Sure.
Hopefully that's okay.
That's totally fine.
Is this a good orientation for Argus?
I think so for now, yeah. It gives us the most amount of slack and the least amount of visuals, which is just fine.
So I'll bring him up to 17.
Sure, that sounds great. I'm stepping forward now.
And that was a 20-meter step you did?
I just done. Oh, me or Ben?
Yes,
Yes.
that's 20 meters.
Kirk,
now.
We both did a 20-meter step south-ish.
Okay, great.
And then, yeah, 20-meter step over, and I'm moving 20 meters forward.
Ben, make sure your Hercules trail is long enough that, like, we can see it.
Okay.
And I will actually add one to my thing, too.
Hercules trail. Once you finish that, Ben, let's get another ship move, kind of south-ish, south-esque, or along the line or whatever.
All right.
There's a lot of bend in the BRN. Wait, BSR.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's relieving our weight. Ben's
Yeah,
trying to
so you
relieve.
could.
I'm gonna bring it down to 160.
Roger that. You can
Oh,
probably
I
give
see
me a
rocks.
due north heading here to look away from me.
Okay.
And then it'll give my tether more love. And I'm coming up slope, which may not be a problem. What's going on with that?
Chris, just to confirm that I'm following what's going on, so you've actually just changed the heading of the vehicle slightly so that your vehicle is moving parallel to the slope, perpendicular to the slope, sorry,
Yes,
as you're coming up slope.
that's correct.
Okay, so we've just
You're
kind of
coming up
shifted
slope.
our bounding. We've not shifted our, we're still
We're
getting the
going to stay
coverage.
in the bounding box, but our lines are going to be a little whopper-jawed.
Understood.
Oh,
No,
Wobble
that's
John.
absolutely fine. I just, Wobble John, I like it. No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure I was following what was going on.
Hey, Chris, just so you know, I
That's
lost
great, thank you.
one of my beams there for a split second.
I'm gonna
Okay,
mark
that's
that.
fine. It doesn't look like it's made much of a difference.
No, I would agree.
What's the significance of losing a beam?
He's talking about DVL beams, so
Right.
it loses our tracking on the bottom, which means that our position is not great. Our position information is not great while that's
Losing
happening.
beams again.
Okay.
And they're back.
Are we too far?
If you have any recommendations too on things
Beam
we can do
loss.
to fix
I think
that,
I'm being
we
pulled.
I do not.
deal with it.
Yeah,
I
you
think I'm
can,
being
you can
pulled.
turn to 270. Sorry, Chris, I do not really.
Okay, that's fine. If there's some, yeah. But if you think of something, if there's something you don't want to drive over or some
It seems like a
trajectory
pretty-
you don't want to take,
Pretty
We can-
nondescript bottom. I'm not really
Yeah.
sure why I'm getting this action.
it's fine. All right, I think the next step, let's try for 25 meters.
Okay, so I'm going to step south-ish now. My heading's 100. So I'll do a bearing of 190, step south.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. 25 meters. And we could probably get another ship move too.
Okay. I don't know if you want a bearing of what, 180 or.
Your ship, oh, yeah.
Okay, nice. I see you.
Maybe if we come down, Chris, we'll lose beams less.
You think? Okay.
I don't know, but I think.
Well, yesterday when we did that transect at 60 meters, it was great.
I hear ya. Yeah, were we on this steep of a slope?
Yeah, yeah, we were.
Then I don't have an idea.
Yeah.
Could there be
Yeah, in that
interference
case,
with
I think
Norbit?
it's probably better to just stay at our altitude so we can at least get more coverage.
Understood.
Yeah.
What's that been?
I'm just wondering if the Norbit frequencies, even though they don't overlap, may cause some problems for DVL.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's get
Trevor,
another ship move
are
after
you
that.
heading towards me?
I'm heading south. Oh, my bearing is south.
And you guys are you are stepping over now, right? To be clear.
That's correct.
All right. Good.
Bridge nav.
Yeah, can you see my screen there, Chris?
Yeah, I can see it flickering.
Yeah. You can see how the altitude's getting all affected.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to do about it.
Neither am I. Because I don't even know, like, am I here? I would believe I'm over here.
Yes. Is your bearing?
Is your step complete?
My step is nearly complete. I'm fighting the tether right now.
Okay.
Waiting on the ship.
Yeah, you could go probably a bit further even.
Yeah, I got 5 meters to go.
All right, great. You might even give it another, like, 10.
Okay.
From where you are, anyway.
I think I'm being pulled.
Yes. You can face more northward.
Oh.
You don't need to fight it too much. So if you're being pulled this way,
yeah,
bring the heading up that way, like 315 maybe.
Yeah, the way this is going, we will start to truncate the southwest part of.
Yeah. So step.
This part.
This.
Oh,
part.
the west part.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just the west.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I think.
But you can. We don't have to step perpendicular, right? We can. Our step sideways can be off angle, just maintain, which is what we should be doing.
I'm just saying, as we continuously, if Argus is continuously moving, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're truncating.
I mean, Argus should be basically moving parallel to the northwest line.
That's what's happening.
Right. Okay.
Right.
All right. Fine.
But if he comes back while Argus is still moving in that direction, we get a little loss in that quadrant, if that makes sense. Which is appropriate here.
Chris, did you want another 5 meter step?
Let me zoom out here. Yeah, we could do another 5.
5 meters to starboard, 190 bearing.
I'm gonna keep moving.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
we've got a low delta just because we're completely stretched
way apart.
out.
Yep, and you're well off the bottom, so there's no problem.
Okay. You're heading starboard, so I don't know what direction that is relative to my orientation.
Yeah, so that means I'm moving south.
Yeah.
And if you look in your butt cam, that's looking 150-ish. So I'm moving pretty much away from your butt cam.
So I'm gonna get pulled more.
Yep. So right now you're being pulled, so you can straighten that out to wherever makes it the most happy.
Okay.
A lot of times you'll just end up bringing that little yellow ball over to where the red needle is.
Okay.
Roger. Okay, my move's complete. Just waiting on the ship move now, Chris. So if we can get the... So I guess, where am I going from here? Am I going forward or aft? Because Argus is going to end up, once the ship moves are complete, kind of over top of me.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you want to complete as far east, and again, when you go back west, you'll have less tether, which is...
Understood, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
I don't know if you want to go... I think, actually, if you go west right now...
And then back east the same
of the
way.
ship move, yes.
Yeah. And I don't even necessarily have to step down, because I think I want to get
you don't have to.
I'll do...
You haven't done that? Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's the best.
Sounds good. Okay.
Okay.
Wait for the ship to catch up.
What color is it when it goes red? 2 beams? Oh, yeah, you're getting just 2 beams.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to mark that.
Yeah, we're down into the hot fence now, too, which makes it a lot more Doppler-loosey. You catching that, Chris?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Doppler-loosey confirmed.
All right, I'm going to continue the ship moves.
Heading towards me, or?
I'm not moving right now, but once the ship catches up, I'm going to start moving 270.
270.
The ship is, it'll catch up, I think.
So you're going to be heading towards me then?
I'm going to be heading 270.
Which is my direction.
I think
We're kind of...
So I think...
I think you should start heading back now, if you want.
Yeah, you're good to start heading back on my end.
I think I might have to wait a little longer. Vehicles are not very close right now.
But I'm coming towards you, and you should come.
I understand.
Okay.
But I'm going to be moving away from Argus,
yeah.
more, and I'm already too far away.
I see. Okay.
You can come up on Delta a little bit now, probably.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to see on that screen, but on this one, as Argus is going that way, I'm going to move that way.
So is that engineering?
This is ROV nav.
Oh, nice. So you're heading towards, whoa.
You want me to move now, Chris? Okay, I'll just a little bit at a time.
I'm heading up.
Roger.
Is it a little precarious to pass under Argus like that?
No, that's what we want.
Good. Okay. Yeah. That would be, yes, I think that would be ideal. Thank you, Lee.
Yes.
Lee's nodding.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm agreeing
because we're
as well.
doing it, yeah, this is totally undesirable, yeah.
This is not going great.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think, yeah, if there's a way that we can just do long lines and just move Argus and the ship.
Okay, great.
I think that would be more preferable.
So we'll wait till we're at max tether here, and we're getting there. Max tether to the west. Yeah. You're off. Out point. I see. Yeah, it's hard mowing these transects being parallel to the ship move. It makes it difficult because we're condensing it as we go. Yeah. Like it would be easier if we were going along slope, but hopefully the data will be worth that. But even with that, we're getting fine offsets.
Okay, that might be as far west as I can get. I'm going to start heading up slope again.
Yeah, sorry.
The correct number there is 1 billion seconds.
Yes, exactly.
No, all right. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna want to move the ship all the way to the end of the line so we can just get one thing. So we gotta get at least to the end of the
you want me
the
to
end of the
backtrack?
survey box. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to move the ship west?
Yeah, I'm going to move it.
Well, so you cannot move west anymore, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Maybe another 5 meters.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that's enough to cover their points. So let's keep going. Keep going west.
All right, I'm going to put in
Yeah, I like that.
15 meters, and I'm going to do like 300.
Yeah, and the only other thing before we put that ship move in,
Yep.
I could try to get to the extent of my line forward, being eastward, before we move it. So that's up to you, Chris.
You could
go more east.
Extent of my tether while I'm in this position.
No, because no, I think you want to be to the westmost extent of your tether when we start.
The thing is, if you remember, we want Argus to be behind. Okay, so I should put in it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
This is Nautilus live off the coast of Northern California in Oregon at the bottom of the Juan de Fuca plate by Gorda Ridge, and scientists are sampling the hydrothermal vents at Gorda Ridge.
We're getting pretty close to the bottom.
Yeah, that seems like a good minimum depth for you.
I'm bringing Argus up.
Let's leave it there for now. And then as we approach, as the ship gets, sorry, what am I saying? As Argus gets closer to Herc, you can come up. But it'll take a minute or 2 or 5 for the ship movement to be seen down here.
Okay. Is that too much bend?
No. No,
that's fine. If anything, I'll get pulled.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
You won't overbend the tether with that. I was actually recently looking at the load test reports for that design, and it's like, I think it was like 1.5 or 2 times the weight of Herc can be bent sideways on that, and it's still fine.
Wow.
There's like a lot of force.
Yeah, it would never feel that force down here.
No, totally.
Yeah, this ship moves almost over. If we don't exactly, if we're like 5-10 meters off from that out point, but we're configured right, is that a straight? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll continuously be having lines that look a little like this in the back. Yeah, let me show you.
Yep. Okay.
We'll just do that because this sideways stuff is
not super deluxe, no.
And we've already got a fair chunk of this. You might need to come back in. How far did we come? Actually, so we like say about here. Oh, okay. So we're actually in pretty good shape if we just go straight ahead where we are. Okay. We've just been mapping the uninteresting part. Great. And that's the part we already have maps for that too. So.
Ground truth.
Let's do that, yeah. Well, that's why we started doing it, because we were taking smaller swaths. And moving Argus up and down with 5-10 meter steps in between doesn't make a lot of sense, but this makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Are we finished the ship move? It looks like we are. So I'll see how far back I can move. My Doppler's all wampus anyway.
Wampus caddy.
How do you even deal with this? All right, trying to go back another 5. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, ideally we'll get all the way here, but that is not super important. Yeah, you don't think so.
Hey, Chris, do you want to take a look at this USBL offset? Yikes. Can you come down a little bit on delta, please?
Yeah, yes.
Maybe to between 13 and 15 kind of thing?
Yes.
It's all good. Yeah, that's good.
Oh gosh. That's pretty horrifying.
Yeah. So the other thing too is the back of Argus is what takes this measurement. So the front of Argus is actually much closer to the ground.
Great.
Which you can usually see in sonar. The gain's all down. I don't know why, but I'm gonna gainify it and scare ya. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to watch tow sled video, that will scare ya. Because it's like Argus. You can control the heading, but you cannot. The only way you can control the depth is with a winch.
What is
You're
it?
cruising tow sled.
T-O-E.
T-O-W. So if you're cruising along at a couple knots and you see a cliff, you just got to winch up in a hurry.
Me?
Do you have enough to go?
Me?
No,
Tow sled
yeah,
video.
Do you have slack enough to keep going, Wes?
not currently,
Okay.
but soonly maybe.
Because I'm gonna wait on a ship move.
Can
That's
we
fine.
take a quick break for some numbers?
Sure.
No, I'm gonna put in another 10 meters.
I
can wait.
Do you think we need to? How far is Herc from the target right now?
All the way here.
That's another 20 meters from Herc's spot right now.
Yeah. I mean, we'll because think this is where we should be getting Herc to, and then on a pass back.
Herc's going 280. 20 meters from where Herc is now. So yeah, another 10 meters would be probably okay.
Okay.
We will have a ship move we've already done that's still settling out, and then another 10 meters should get us there.
Not ready.
280.
They gave up. Oh, yeah.
Bridge is not able to do ship moves at the moment with the drill.
For a valid reason.
All right, never mind.
I'll try another 5.
The thing is, we should just overlap this line on the way back, or else we're going to miss, right?
Yes.
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 Well, that's what we're doing. But you understand that Herc will be overlapping the line it's going backwards to now. Okay, good. That's good.
Okay, you can come down a little bit on Delta. Just a whisker. Chris, am I allowed to turn around? Yeah? That's probably wise. Okay, I'm going to turn around. You should not turn around. I'm turning around to get more distance. too far.
You're changing your bearing a little?
Changing my heading.
Your bearing seems to be... Okay.
Should have the same bearing. I'd like to keep the same bearing. Stop it. Stop it.
Whoa.
All right, the ship moves down then, so...
Okay.
Why is one of the bottles a lot more humid than the other one?
Because there's more water inside. The real answer,
is that so?
the real answer is it just wasn't purged as well. But it's above our allowable, or it's
Threshold?
within our allowable threshold, so we didn't redo it.
There's room for error.
What is that, 10 meters to go?
Yeah.
Let's squeak this out. Can you come
yeah,
down
I
your
think
delta,
this is
please,
good.
to about 10, as long as you don't get too close to the ground, just to get over there. So, Chris, I can reach a lot more right now. I'm heading. My heading is 280. But I'd like to long-term be facing the slope.
Yeah, I would like you to as well.
So can I just go over there, take a reading, back up a little bit, then halfway through the line, spin around 180 and keep going? Or is that going to mess you all up?
It's fine. Let's do it.
Roger.
How's the USB all looking?
Off.
After all that
Off.
tugging and yanking and...
Yeah, so we can do a reset
I don't
at the end.
think
If that's okay.
10 meters.
That's great.
Yeah, do a reset.
So as soon as you reach the end, just let me
I'm not moving right now, so if
Okay.
you have good pings, then
Yep.
that's fine. And we'll do a reset, then I'll move to the end of the line and then come back. So let me know and I'll get out of autos.
Okay.
What are these things on the bottom?
Octopuses.
Octopi.
Yeah, they're octopus.
All right.
Octopopple.
I'll do the reset.
Octopado.
if you turn off
Avocado.
Okay,
auto.
go ahead.
Okay.
You ready?
Octopopple is definitely the plural of octopus.
DBL's reset.
That's a debatable.
Twang.
There's a
isn't it?
DVO reset. Copy that.
Okay, I'm moving to the end of my line as far as I can. Do a nice big stretch, 7th inning stretch.
Am I staying here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's zoom in on these Octopado then.
100% yes.